Did you ever wonder what it would be like if you could see inside a pack or a box of cards without opening it? Well, now you can. I actually have downloaded the first demos from this new CT scan company, and I am about to show you exactly how this works. I've got the demo files, and I'm going to walk you through their service and their pricing. All right, so I've navigated to industrialinspection.com. Go on that page. You got a services tab right here, collector card CT scanning service. All right, scroll down. There's a lot of terms and conditions. I mean, this literally just started over the weekend. The one that stood out to me, though, is that you can try it before you buy it. Like, they have demo data. So if I own this company and I had a CT machine and I was about to charge people money to do this, I would most likely get an example of every box, right? You've got like a Pokemon box, you got a Flawless box, you got a National Treasures box, and just show you what I can do for each one. Make sure that, you can see the player's name, because if you can see the logo, that's not really that helpful. But if you could see all the information, that's extremely helpful. Could you imagine being a breaker and you hand them 5 suitcases of Flawless? They look at all of them for you. You figure out the 4 that are crap, the one that's good. You keep that one for yourself, or you break it in public knowing what's going to come out, and then the other 4 you sell at the Flawless price. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. All right, so yep, everything was secret until I think Rattle Pokemon blew this one up. He's the one that found this first. Shout out to Ziggy as well. He helped me get onto this article right here. So he's the reason I'm putting this video together. Quickly, affordably, reliably, they can identify through holographic packs what's inside of them. So basically, step 1 here, you email their team. They send you a formal quote based on what you want to do. I imagine there's different tiers, things like that. Then step 2, once they get paid and everything, takes a few days, and then you'll have access to your download file. So a CT scanner is essentially an X-ray, but it's an X-ray that takes slices, like 400 X-rays, and those slices can be manipulated into a 3D image. So they're going to organize those slices and put it together in a motion video, I imagine, so that you can scroll back and forth and see the names, things like that. So we've got step 3 here. They'll let you know when it's available. So here's the package. This is so crazy. It's actually relatively affordable. So 1 to 5 packs. So it's $75 a pack. 1 to 2 day lead time, free viewing software. This is very, very interesting. If there's a chase card or an insert, I can tell you where this would be very handy from my vintage card perspective. Most of the slabbed PSA 1986 Fleer cards have been stripped of the Jordans. What a dealer would do back in the day is they would go into the box, they'd hit a Jordan, they would stop, and they would just slab all the other packs. You could take 4 or 5 of them and just see if there's a Clark Kellogg on the front or the 3rd card and a Buck Williams, and you could know if a Jordan is inside. Like, that's wild. I just wonder if they can do that on old cards. So obviously there's a bulk rate. Seems like there's a special rate in the middle here, so you can do 11 packs at $65 a pack. I just thought this would also be excellent for 2012 Prisms, right? If you're going for that on-card Kobe auto that's worth, 4 or 5 grand, the Prism packs are a couple $100 a piece. You send them a bunch and see what's inside. See if there's any green Prisms or yellow. It's pretty wild. So the box scanning is TBD. That is most interesting to me. I think the breaker market will be insane. Could you imagine being a breaker and just knowing that you're going to pull a certain card out of this? You could make sure all the right people are on the break. You could have everything positioned correctly and just be ready and just bam, wow, look at this card I pulled. So I bet they could charge a hefty premium for this because obviously it depends. Some boxes can have 1 pack and some boxes can have 100 packs. So it would be interesting. I have no idea what this high-speed USB thing is. It's all the language here. They're still working on booster kits and boxes, which is interesting. And this is what's really cool, okay? Just look at these pictures for a second. So look at this Charizard. You can actually see the outline of the Charizard and tell if there's one in there. So, these first edition boxes, man, whew, You know, you could get, $500,000 card out of there. It's very easy to tell. Venusaur, same thing. I imagine you do with the Blastoise. It's really, really wild. I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I think we're going to get a third person on here to do Pokemon like once a month or once a quarter, and this is just wild. You can look through the packs. I mean, look at this. You can clearly, if you see the card right here, you can definitely tell what it is. I do this all the time with 86 Fleer. I'll smush the pack down so I can see an outline of the arm and the basket, and I can usually guess what it is. Um, so these are different, booster packs. You can clearly see the score, the number up here. You can even see the wording. Although this is a little bit more sus, I think. Sports cards. This is what matters to us. So I'll play this video while I'm talking, but you can, again, they're scrolling through separate X-rays in kind of a 3D rolling fashion, and you can see Gooden right there. See the name? That's crazy. And they were just messing with a stadium club, right? So as it's going through, here's the line. So this is going horizontally across vertical items, and as it hits each one, you can see the details behind each one. See the name? That's Dark Cheater. I mean, this is going to change the game. I went on a Reddit just to talk about industrial CT scanning because people have access to this. They're doing industrial scanning all the time. They say 250 to 500 bucks, you can get access to one of these and scan just about anything you want. Here we go. So Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, this is very clear here. Look at this name. Less clear over here. This is, I mean, if you know what you're doing with a set, like, you're going to know this. Lorcana, I don't know about that. I don't think I'd send them any Lorcana. Magic the Gathering. Okay, interesting. So they're saying they're not able to do Magic the Gathering. There's just too many layers, too many ink lines, too much junk. We've been reading the commentary about our reveal. Where I don't care whether you think this is good or bad. This is a thing, and this is going to take off. This is absolutely going to take off. First, it's going to be hush hush with the people that crank volume, like the breakers, and then after that, this is going to go absolutely nuts. Some things here, holographic cards are not guaranteed. I don't love that. I feel like they'd do better if they said, like, all right, if we can't do it, we'll give you half your money back. Because I realize they got to pay for the CT time, but if they can't get an image, that's kind of their business, and I feel like they need to be like, I mean, we'll see. They're probably still working it out. There is going to be a massive demand for this. This is all just, return label, blah, 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 blah. But, these case studies, it's just absolutely wild. There's one down here. This is, now you can Pikachu cards without opening a box. How cute. So you've got your card there. This is so wild. I mean, they're just showing you what you can do. So you can look inside the box, look inside the card. I mean, look at this. You can see where the cards sit. And then as you go layer by layer, you can see, what it looks like. This is a game changer. Don't kid yourself. This is going to change everything at the high end. I don't think it's going to have much of an effect on $20 boxes and packs and things like that, but this will have a major effect on a $12,000 unopened box of 2012 NBA Prism, or flawless suitcases, I think, are a perfect use case for this. Big breaking operations like Backyard Breaks and others that just crank so much volume. They have no problem paying $1,000 to take a peek inside, predict the outcome, and make an even better show. So get ready. We live in interesting times.